just got like sick from the Airbnb, right?
Oh, yeah. He got like a fungal infection.
So
What?
he thinks he got it from the Airbnb, which it could be.
A fungal infection?
Yeah.
Like, where?
I think from the sheets.
Honestly, yeah. Listen, it was a very
Jesus.
old house, very traditional Japanese house, just in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I remember Dinah telling me about that, and you had issues finding a proper doctor.
Yeah, 'cause-
Oh,
to
this happens a lot there.
Every dermatologist he went to was like, damn. I don't know what that is, but it looks fucked up.
I just had a similar fucking experience with Sydney actually, because one day Sydney just had like a massive bruise on her leg, right? It was that night we went out.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. So my biggest worry was that it was a blood clot or internal bleeding or something, because she had not like hit like that part of her body at all. The bruise just appeared. And so we're like rushing to try and find a doctor. And I don't know if this is a Japanese thing, but is there just like a general practitioner that you can go to, like a general? Okay,
It's still clinics, right?
Yeah.
There's clinics that specialize in certain parts of the body, and you need to just know this problem is this particular clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
annoying.
I'm like, what doctor do I go to? Because you can't just go to a general practitioner who can refer you to the specialist.
Right.
You have to go to the specialist. Unfortunately, I ain't a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
So we were just like kind of guessing. So we tried going to a bone doctor, right? Okay. And because they kind of like have some specialized.
Sounds funny, the name.
Bone doctor.
Yeah.
The bone doctor.
Some would call the bone doctor.
I know there's a word for it, but like orthopedics,
Probably,
something
yeah,
like
author
that.
something,
something.
author something, author something.
right.
I don't know. And you know they looked at the bruise and they were like, "That's bad. That looks bad. Let's do some checks." And they said they did some checks, and then they did like an ultrasound of it and everything, and they were like, "Yeah, we can confirm that it is not a blood clot or internal bleeding, but we don't know what it is." And we were like, "Can you refer us to somewhere where we can get like a check to maybe try and find out what this is?" And they were like, "Don't know." And I was like, "Okay, so."
I've just discovered, like, from going to the doctors for like certain small things where it's just like, if you don't know what it is, like, immediately, or you don't know the particular clinic, like if you have like an ear infection, right, for example, which I had a couple of years ago, then that you can just go to an ear, eye, and throat specialist, right?
Yeah.
And they can usually get it fixed up. But if it's something like really like open-ended, like an unknown bruise, you're better to just go to like a general like big hospital.
Really?
Yeah, because if you go to a big hospital, then they have everything for the most part. Yeah. Whereas small clinics usually only specialize in like certain parts of the body, and they have less equipment. So if you just go to a big hospital, then immediately they'll be like, all right, so what's the issue? Okay, well then go visit this clinic in this building.
Is that what you ended up doing?
So second part of the story, next day we were like, I'm still really worried about this massive bruise, and then like another one had appeared the day after as well. So we were like, let's just go to like a much bigger clinic, hospital. So we went to one, and they had a reception, and they asked, "Oh, who do you want to see?" And so
the doctor, preferably.
we were like, we want to see a doctor, and they were like, okay, what's the issue? And then we explained the bruise, we showed them pictures, and they were like, I don't know if you should see the dermatologist or like the bone doctor again. and I was like, unfortunately, I'm not a medical professional.
We just try one and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we just go from there.
Yeah. So they were like, so I was like, okay, we explained the symptoms more concretely, and then we also got told that, okay, if you have like further issues, then they can maybe refer you to like another department or something like that. So they were like, let's start you off in the bone doctor first, because
Gotta stop saying that. Stop saying the bone doctor.
I'm gonna continue saying that because they can do more checks than what we had in the other clinic.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we queue up, and it's a 3-hour wait. It is a 3-hour wait.
All right, man.
And we were like, don't worry, Sydney, we're in a hospital. We're gonna get the checks that we need. Don't worry about it, Sydney. Don't worry about it, Sydney. So a weird thing. So this ended up being like a church hospital or something like that, because there were like sisters in the place, like kind of like nuns working in the place.
What? Where the fuck hospital did you go to?
Sydney's kind of hospital.
Can I get a drink with that, please?
Yeah, gonna do a video on it next week. Can I? So after this like 3-hour long waits, she goes in to see the doctor, and then she explains her symptoms, and the doctor's like, okay, I can't check it right now. And she was like, why can't I check it? Well, and he explains, well, this is like a special hospital, and we have to be very polite. So, you know, since you're a girl, we got to get one of like the sisters to go.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, I think you went to the wrong hospital, bro. Like, what the fuck? I want to go to this hospital just to see what the fuck's up. Like,
yeah, so basically she had to go to another room where like the nurses would cover up her entire body except for that one area. What the fuck? So I had no idea like church hospitals were a thing, but like this was like a weird experience for me as well. So that happened, and then the doctor looks at it and he just goes, I don't know what it is. Let's have an X-ray. And I was like, why are we doing an X-ray for a bruise? Maybe it's something I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Sure. And so we do the X-ray. Wait another like half an hour, 45 minutes for this X-ray.
Sure.
At this point, we've been in the hospital for about 4 hours. And so they do the X-ray. Wait for the results. Go back in, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't know what it is. Do you want to try
You're kidding me?
Do you want to try the dermatologist?" And I was like, how long is the wait for that? And he was like, it's the same process as the process for this department.
3 hours.
And I was just like, Sydney, how do you feel right now? Is this life-threatening?
Yeah,
like,
when you say, how do you feel to someone, you're like, please tell me you're fine.
please say so.
Did it ever get sorted?
it's we never found out what it was.
Is it still there?
It's healing right now.
So my rule of advice: go to an actual hospital next time. Maybe don't go to whatever the fuck this church hospital is.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the issue was we tried to find like an English-speaking hospital.
Right.
So that was like the closest one to our vicinity that luckily Geeks Plus had found for us.
Yeah.
So it was a proper hospital. Just
Plus, like, right, so you also signed up to Scientology. That's cool.
Yeah, well, were they just like, you can get fixed up and a video idea?
Yeah.
So 2 for 1.
So in the end, luckily Sydney has a local doctor in the US, and she sent a picture, and she was like, "Oh, you probably have a low platelet count," and I was like, damn, that took how long?
Not to like shit on all of Japan, because I think I do that enough.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of horror stories about like hospitals and doctors and stuff here, and I've just had generally just meh experience. I mean, it's better than the UK because I can at least see someone here, which
Someone on the same day.
yeah. I remember when I fell on the when I fucked up my knee on the special.
yeah.
I went to a leg clinic that specialized in it. And it was mainly elderly people there, and I was like the only person who was like under 80 there. And now that you mention it, I had this weird memory of where they wanted to scan my leg, and they wanted me to take my pants off, and they gave me like these shitty gym shorts, and I went in this room that was clearly used to be a pediatrician office, because it had just like cute little lion things all around the wall, like something out of like a horror movie, like the stereotypical kid hospital room.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there with these weird ass old shorts, and I'm like, this is weird, and I just got to go on the thing, and they propped my leg up, not with like some kind of not that it needs to be anything amazing, but it was something like a can of something. It's how they propped my leg up to take the X-ray. I was like, it's like a can of peaches or something. I was like, what the fuck is this? Where am I? Where am I getting scanned?
Is this like perks of knowing Japanese? Because I've had the most normal hospital experiences.
I
Probably.
also had I went to an English-speaking doctor, and I go there, and we rock up, and obviously he knows it's in English because I did the appointment like it was all English. Everything's English. I rock up and I go in, and he sits there and he's like, what is wrong? And I go, I think my throat hurts. And he goes, throat? throat's nani. I was like, what? I was like, odo? Was it odo?
Nodo.
Nodo? Sorry, nodo? I was like, nodo? I was like, man, this man doesn't know what throat is in English. I'm fucked. He doesn't know any English.
Was he a doctor?
He was a doctor. And he was supposed to be an English-speaking doctor.
All he learned was what is wrong. And after that...
Yeah, and he's like, what?
I knew when he said, what is wrong? I was like, oh no. And then he didn't know what throat was in English. And I was like, I'm fucked. What's he going to tell me? Yeah, so it was just kind of like really painful. I hope I said everything correct and I hope he got it. It turned into a Japanese one. Because I spoke more Japanese than he spoke English. I was like, oh, fuck, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it's funny, like most country I've been to, it's like a different healthcare experience, you know. Yeah. In America, you got to mortgage your second house to go to the hospital, but you get it. In England, you got to wait till next century to get an appointment that's free. And in Japan, you kind of play Dr. Bingo, where you self-diagnose yourself and hope you go to the right.
I can't believe Japan gotcha-fied doctors. It's like, yo, you speak English and you can get me fixed up. That's a double.
Like basically, if you get sick in Japan, hope to God that it's something that you can self-diagnose yourself.
It's kind of pay to win in Japan. You can definitely pay for better quality and faster service and stuff.
Hey, how much have you wailed on doctors, bro?
Yo,
I've completed this entire area, bro. Like, I've seen them all.
Because Maylene recommended me, an English dentist, and I started asking around. I realized almost every foreigner I know goes to an American dentist. Or American trained, because I don't trust the Japanese dentists. Something I don't know.
Dude, Japanese dentists are scary.
I heard they stay, because obviously the way you train is very important.
Yeah.
And obviously being from the UK, we get memed a lot for having bad. Go on, make the joke, Emily. I know you love your British jokes.
I'm sorry.
But American dentists know what's up. I'll give them credit.
Yeah, man.
They have the best fucking teeth. Like they do.
They do.
Too good.
It's because they floss.
Yeah. You can go to a lot of English speaking and American. It might be a Japanese dentist, but it'll be like American trained in American practice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very common. There's a lot of them.
How many dermatologists did you guys have to go through? And I never knew how that situation got solved. Did you ever find out what it was?
It never came to a satisfactory conclusion. I think Didas gave up when the last dermatologist he went to was like, I think you should see a real doctor. And he's like, you're a dermatologist. He's like, you're a skin doctor.
I'm just going to tell you, I'm a fraud. Straight up, this is a scam.
I just took the photo for my personal collection.
Yeah.
I think when we went back to the States for Christmas, he went to see like a doctor.
That was the happy ending. Going back to the States.
Yeah, going back to. So now I'm like, if I ever have like a medical emergency, am I just gonna have to book an overnight flight to the States if it's like bad?
If you don't know what it is, because seems like similar experience where the doctor just told me, you should probably see a doctor that specializes in that. Yeah. And they don't refer you to a doctor that specializes in that.
Or just have like a Japanese friend who can take you to an actual proper hospital and where you can talk to an actual Japanese doctor.
Japanese doctors are like, damn, that's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like, yo, that's an L, bro. That's an L, right?
I'll keep you in my
sucks
thoughts.
For you. Hope you get better, man.
Yeah, wishing you luck.
Yeah, pressing F in the chat, bro, for that one.
Question. I can't remember if this is, when you go to the doctor and they think it, like, they probably know what the problem is. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if they did this in the UK, because do they tell you, like, the worst case scenarios of what it could be as well? Or do they just kind of wait until you've gone through all the normal, like, stuff and solutions?
Is that what British doctors do?
No, because I'm just thinking, because I went...
They WebMD you?
So
it could be cancer.
Yeah. That's a great, some better explanation. Do they WebMD you in the UK or America?
I feel like that's the fastest way to freak someone out.
Yeah. So I after the cycling thing that I did, right? Like it was like 8 days of cycling. I had this like pimple that was like so painful on my ass.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's funny. It is funny. It's so funny. It's so painful.
Could be cancer.
Turns out, dying.
You might have ass cancer.
Yeah. So like, and it didn't go away for like a while, and I just kind of like it would hurt for a week, and then it wouldn't. It would just go, and then it would come back and hurt for a week, and this just kind of happened, and it was like I was fucking stupid because every week it went, I just totally forgot about it, and then it came back. I'm like, yeah, I guess that still hurts, huh?
Right.
So after like 2-3 months of this, I was like, all right, guess I should go and check it out. And so I go to the doctor, also really fucking awkward that I should just be like, he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, all right, well, this.
Spread your ass.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, he's like, do you exercise? I'm like, well, 9 days actually.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Too healthy. He looks at it, he goes, oh yeah, it's pretty just an antibacterial thing or whatever, it's bacterial infection.
Yeah.
Just take some antibiotics and you'll be fine. And I was like, oh cool. And he's like, but it could be herpes. And I was like, what? I was like, why would you tell me that?
That's like the afterthought, but it could be herpes.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how? How would I even get it on my ass? What the fuck?
You have ass.
Yeah. It was so
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, it was so like at the end, out of nowhere. He was like, dude, it's totally this. Just take this, use this cream, it'll be good.
Yeah.
And then he goes, low chance though, herpes for real. And I was like, what the fuck?
Like, why would you put that in my head?
Yeah, like, why would you tell me that? Because I took the antibiotics and I thought, oh my God, if this doesn't get rid of it, I have fucking ass herpes. How did I get ass herpes? But yeah, no, it's all good. And then I took it, all gone.
Oh,
And then I feel like a fucking idiot for 3 months and I was like, it'll go. And then I just had to take this thing for a week and I could avoid this pain. I'd be streaming and I had to like reposition because I'm like, all right, I've got to go on the left cheek now. So the pimple's starting to hurt.
Damn. At least you didn't get out.
Yeah, at least you didn't have.
At least I don't have ass herpes. So that's...
Thank God.
If it didn't disappear for a week, you'd be like sweating.
I'd be like, how the fuck did I get that? How? This must have been from the onset. Ain't no way.